Hello and welcome. Today, we're digging into a really impressive set of numbers from a specialty chemical powerhouse, Navin Fluorine International. Seriously, their latest quarterly results are something else. So the big question is, how did they pull it off? Let's deconstruct this breakout quarter together.
So, to kick things off, I just want to put this one number up on the screen. Plus 129%. Just take a second and think about what that could possibly be. I mean, in a world where companies are thrilled with single-digit growth, what on earth could jump this high in just 1 year?
And there it is. That's their year-over-year growth in operating profit. Basically, it's the core profit they make from their actual day-to-day business. And it more than doubled. This isn't just about selling more stuff. It's about being way more profitable on everything they sell. This one number is the headline of our whole story today, and it just begs the question, how did they do it?
To really get the how, we first have to appreciate the what. So let's kick things off with the big headline numbers that really show what a standout performance this was. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting, because the growth isn't just in one place. Take a look. Sales are up a massive 46%. That's your top line, right? But what's incredible is that as you go down the financial statement, the growth actually speeds up. Operating EBITDA, up 129%. And then operating profit before tax, a staggering 173%. This tells you they're not just selling more, they're selling more, doing it more efficiently, and making a whole lot more money.
So, the big question is, where did this incredible performance actually come from? Well, the answer is in the company's three main business segments. You can think of them as three powerful engines, and this quarter, they were all firing. Let's break them down.
All right, first up, we've got their high-performance products, or HPP division. This is stuff like industrial chemicals and modern refrigerant gases. It put up a really strong 38% year-over-year growth. For a more established part of their business, that's a fantastic number. So that's a really solid foundation right there.
Next up, engine number 2, Specialty Chemicals. And look at that. It came in with incredibly strong growth too, hitting 39% year-over-year. So now you've got two engines just roaring along, both posting almost 40% growth. That's a powerful base of performance. But the real showstopper? Well, that's the third engine.
And here it is, the Custom Development and Manufacturing business, CDMO for short. It nearly doubled its revenue. A mind-blowing 98% year-over-year growth. Wow, this is the absolute superstar of the quarter. It's a really high-value business where they create custom chemistry for clients all over the world, and this was the main driver behind that explosive profitability we saw right at the beginning.
You know, this slide does a brilliant job showing just how global Navin's business really is. Their HPP division already has a big international presence. 62% of its sales are exports. But then look at the CDMO business. A massive 96% of its revenue comes from outside India. So what's the takeaway? Their fastest growing, most profitable segment is almost entirely an export business, tapping into huge global demand.
Look, a spectacular quarter is one thing, but truly great companies take that success and use it to build an even stronger future. So let's see how Navin is putting these profits back to work to fuel the next wave of growth. This is where today's success starts building tomorrow's business.
And they are definitely not just sitting on their cash. The company's putting over 300 crores into capital expenditure to expand what they can do. They're investing in things like HFCs, that's a new generation of refrigerant gases, and other specialty chemicals. And just look at the potential payoff. These projects alone could add almost 1,000 crores in sales every single year. This is a company that is absolutely playing the long game. So, we've seen the incredible numbers, we've seen the ambitious plans for the future, but what's the philosophy that holds it all together? What's the core DNA of this company?
It really comes down to what they call their 3P focus. First, it's about product, having a diverse portfolio. Second, it's about the platform, owning the core technologies that let them build new things efficiently. And third, and this might be the most important, it's about partnerships, building deep, long-term relationships with global leaders. This isn't about just making a sale. It's about becoming a critical part of their customers' success.
This quote from the company just says it all, doesn't it? They position themselves as the complete solution. It doesn't matter if a partner needs a few grams for a research project or hundreds of tons for mass production, Navin can deliver. That kind of flexibility is a huge competitive advantage. And of course, in today's world, high performance isn't enough if it's not also responsible. For Navin, excellence includes sustainability. And they aren't just talking about it. Look at these numbers. They recycled over 800,000 kiloliters of water, covering 60% of their total demand. They achieved zero liquid discharge at one of their big facilities and recycled over 80% of their waste. This really shows that for them, long-term success and sustainable success are the same thing.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. The explosive financials, the key business drivers, future investments, their core strategy. So now let's put all these puzzle pieces together and figure out the big takeaway.
You know, the best way to think about all this is as a strategic flywheel. The explosive growth from high-value businesses like the CDMO generates huge profits. They then take those profits and reinvest them into big new projects. These new world-class facilities make their technology platform even stronger, which then lets them build even deeper partnerships with global giants. See how that works? Each success fuels the next one, making that flywheel spin faster and faster.
So here's the bottom line. Navin Fluorine's incredible quarter was not an accident. It's the result of a very deliberate strategy of using deep, specialized expertise to create this virtuous cycle of growth that gets constantly poured back into the business to make it even stronger.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. We've seen how this one company does it, but it makes you wonder, right? In any industry, what does it really take to turn deep technical knowledge into sustainable, explosive growth? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.